Hi everyone, I'm Yelena. Welcome to the Iceland Review office here in the heart of downtown Reykjavik, where we do our reporting. This is Iceland News Review, where we bring you the top weekly stories from Iceland. Today we're going to go down to Reykjavik's Old Harbour and bring you the news from Kopar Restaurant. So here we are in Reykjavik Old Harbour. It's a windy day as usual. To the right, you can see a couple of whale-watching boats, but our top story this week has to do with the vessels on my other side, to the left, which are whale hunting vessels. So last Tuesday, after a cabinet meeting, the Minister of Fisheries, Bjarkey Olsen Gunnarsdóttir, announced that Hvalur HF, the last operational fin whale hunting company in Iceland, has been granted a license to hunt fin whales for the 2024 season. Now, the license is only for this coming year and hunting season, and it includes a quota for 128 fin whales. Despite being granted the license, Hvalur HF's CEO, Kristján Loftsson, has stated that he does not foresee hunting whales this season, and he stated that the late issuing of the license and the lack of preparation time makes it very difficult to hunt whales. However, we do see crews on the ship right now, and we hear sounds coming from the ship area, so it remains to be seen whether the boats are being prepared for another whale hunting season. Last June, the former Minister of Fisheries, Svandís Svavarsdóttir, instituted a temporary ban on whaling the day before the hunting season was scheduled to begin. The parliamentary ombudsman later stated and found that this ban had actually been illegal and improper to issue. However, Svandís did implement stricter regulations on whaling in Iceland, and those regulations remain in effect. Bjarkey has stated that they may be made even stricter. Now, the practice of whaling has been quite controversial in recent years in Iceland, and prominent Icelanders have been speaking out against the practice. Our next story has to do with politics in Iceland. On June 1st, Halla Tómasdóttir was elected the 7th president of Iceland and the country's second female president. But the story does not have to do with Halla as much as it has to do with her husband. So Iceland's first female president, Vigdís Finnbogadóttir, was single, and every other president Iceland has had has been male. Their partners have held the title First Lady of Iceland, or Forsetafrú. And the question in Icelandic society now is, what title should Halla's husband, Björn Skúlason, officially have? And among the suggestions that have been chosen in a recent poll, most Icelanders seem keen on Forsetaherra, which is first gentleman, or Forsetamaki, first spouse. The office of the president still hasn't made an official decision, however. And police in Kópavogur were called to the scene of a crime last week. Somebody was flying a flag at night. And according to Article 3 of a presidential decree on the Icelandic flag, it's forbidden to fly the flag after sunset. Now, you may know that in June in Iceland, there is no sunset. We've got daylight around the clock. And even at this time, it is actually against the law to fly the flag after midnight. So Iceland has two flag laws. They're both fairly detailed and strict. They outline what days of the year government offices may fly the flag, what dimensions the flag must be, and what kind of merchandise for sale in retail shops is permitted to have the flag on it. There is also a law specifically forbidding disrespecting the flag in word or in deed. In any event, police remanded the flag into custody and no arrests were made. Speaking of the police, a protest was held in Reykjavik on the last day of May in which police used pepper spray against protesters. Some of the people sprayed had been blocking ministerial cars as they were leaving a meeting, but photos and videos taken of the event show that police were spraying protesters after ministerial vehicles had left, as well as protesters who did not appear to be resisting or contravening police orders. As a result, 8 people are filing a lawsuit against the Icelandic government and have already solicited the help of a lawyer. Daniel Þór Bjarnason, who is one of the protesters involved in the case against the police and was himself pepper sprayed, says that those pepper sprays sustained both physical and psychological injuries. Furthermore, they believe that this case concerns the right to protest, that a precedent must not be set, that police in Iceland can use violent force against those who are protesting peacefully, even if they disobey police orders. As always in Iceland, there is also news regarding eruptions. There is currently an ongoing eruption on the Reykjanes Peninsula in southwest Iceland. It began on May 29th, and it appears to have calmed down since it started, but the matter isn't over yet. So as with the 7 previous eruptions on the peninsula since 2021, this one began as a fissure eruption when a crack opens up in the earth. And in this case, it was almost 3 kilometers long, and it was spewing lava fountains into the sky. But over time, the activity got concentrated into a few craters, and now is just erupting through a single crater along this fissure. And that crater last Friday partially collapsed, sending lava flowing both north and south. So last Sunday, the lava reached and covered Grindavíkurvegur Road, the road that connects the town of Grindavík, which has been evacuated, to Reykjanesbraut, a major thoroughfare between the capital area and the airport. No other infrastructure was damaged, and it has no impact on international travel whatsoever. That said, there has been considerable gas pollution from the eruption, some of which blew towards the capital area this week, and the concentrations were at levels where schools were keeping children inside during recesses and people were told to keep their windows closed. So before we even have a chance to catch our breath, scientists are now reporting that there's more uplift, which means land rise in the Svartsengi area, which means another eruption could be coming soon. So in Iceland, we put a lot of effort into preserving the natural beauty of the country, and that work very often falls on volunteers. Right now, there's an ongoing campaign to help clean up Iceland's coastlines with the help of an NGO called Ocean Missions. So most recently, they issued a call for volunteers to help clean the coastline of Eyjafjörður in North Iceland, where the town of Akureyri is located. This project follows a standardized protocol developed by the OSPAR Commission. So if you're interested, you can contact Akureyri Beach Cleanups, as one word, at gmail.com. And at long last, a very important update has been made to Reykjavik's Old Harbor. Electricity access is now available for cruise ships in this harbor right here. For many years, cruise ships that were docking at the harbor, they would have to keep their engines running in order to supply power to their ships. And with this update, as much as 8,000 liters of diesel fuel can be saved per 12-hour stay in the harbor. Most importantly, this change is also going to reduce noise pollution and air pollution in the downtown Reykjavik area. Lastly, a very cute story from Iceland News Review. An abandoned reindeer calf is reportedly thriving at an East Iceland reindeer sanctuary. So the abandoned calf was found up in the mountains close to Egilsstaðir, East Iceland. And as it was found, the reindeer park nearby was immediately called. And it's a sanctuary for reindeer close to the town. So caring for the calf, which is now about 3 weeks old, is a lot of work. The reindeer farmer, Björn Magnusson, he's acting as its surrogate mother. So he sleeps out in the shed with the baby calf, and he also has to wake up every 2 hours to feed the calf milk. But thanks to his attention, it appears to be thriving. And the reindeer park is actually holding a contest now as to what to name the calf. And the winner of the contest is also going to win not only the name of the calf, but 2 nights of accommodation at the reindeer park, a ticket to nearby Vök baths, and several other prizes. So if you'd like to participate in the competition, you can email the reindeer park at reindeerparkiceland, one word, at gmail.com. So Iceland does in fact have wild reindeer, only in the eastern region. They were not originally here in the country, but they were imported in the 18th century from northern Norway. Thank you so much for joining us for Iceland News Review. And for more news coverage and videos, you can check out our website, icelandreview.com.